Welcome to Live Wise, Live Healthy, required faculty and staff training for 2020-2021, brought to you by the Counseling Services Department, Prevention Programming, and Student Welfare. Suicide Prevention and Intervention. There are 5 action steps that you should take for someone who is in emotional pain. Step 1. Ask, are you thinking about killing yourself? Step 2. Keep them safe by reducing access to lethal items or places. Step 3. Be there by listening carefully and acknowledging their feelings. Step 4. Help them connect. Save the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline number at 1-800-273-8255. And Step 5. Stay connected. Follow up and stay in touch after a crisis. For more information on suicide prevention, go to www.nih.nih.gov/suicide prevention. Suicide interviews. During the 2019-2020 school year, 867 suicide interviews were completed. This was 263 less than 2018-2019. 72 non-suicidal self-injury protocols were completed. The lower numbers of suicidal ideation might be due to at-home learning. Statistics. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for 15 to 19-year-olds. Only accidental death takes more lives every year. The suicide rate among 10 to 14-year-olds doubled between 2007 and 2014, for the first time surpassing the death rate in that age group from car crashes. Researchers, educators, and psychologists say several factors, with the most prevalent being social media, are behind the rise in suicides among the young. Teen Screen in RISD for 2020-2021. Here is the 7th and 9th grade data from 2019-2020. 74 students were identified as being suicidal and/or having had a previous suicide attempt. 121 students were identified as having a mental health concern, such as anxiety, depression, etc. 20 of our elementary campuses were not screened due to COVID. 6th, 7th, and 9th graders will be screened this school year if COVID-19 permits. RISD suicide protocol updates include suicide and non-suicidal self-injury protocol review, continue safety or return to learn plans, teacher and staff responsibilities. Warning signs that someone might be thinking about death by suicide. Someone threatening to kill him or herself or talking about wanting to die, especially if the person has a weapon or item to hurt him or herself. Searching for ways to kill him or herself by access to lethal means, whether that is online or physically in the moment of despair. Someone talking, writing, or posting on social media about death and suicide when these actions are out of the ordinary for the person. Substance abuse prevention and intervention. Risk factors for substance abuse in teens may include the following: an undiagnosed or untreated mental illness, parental substance abuse, peer rejection, poor academic performance, aggressive behavior early in life, friends who abuse drugs or alcohol, and child abuse or neglect. It can be difficult to distinguish between normal teenage moodiness or angst and signs of drug abuse. Some factors may put students at a greater risk for drug use. Possible indicators of drug use include the following: problems at school, frequently missing class or missing school, a sudden disinterest in school activities, or a drop in grades. Emotional changes, sudden oversensitivity, resentful behavior, temper tantrums, or an I don't care attitude. Neglected appearance, lack of interest in clothing, grooming, or appearance. Changes in behavior, exaggerated effort for privacy, drastic changes in behavior and in relationships with family and friends. Spending money, money stolen from others or items disappearing from home or school. Sudden requests for money without a reasonable explanation for its use. Carrying lots of cash. Physical health issues, lack of energy and motivation, or an overabundance of energy. If you observe any of these possible indicators in a student, contact a school nurse or a counselor on all campuses. On secondary campuses, contact the intervention counselor. In addition, secondary campus teachers should initiate a confidential LIFT referral for this student. Bullying prevention, intervention, and reporting. RISD prohibits bullying, cyberbullying, or harassment of any student. Texas Law SB 179 defines bullying as a single significant act or a pattern of acts by one or more students directed at another student that exploits an imbalance of power and involves engaging in written or verbal expression, expression through electronic means, or physical conduct that has the effect or will have the effect of physically harming a student, damaging a student's property, or placing a student in reasonable fear of harm to the student's person or of damage to the student's property. Is sufficiently severe, persistent, or pervasive enough that the action or threat creates an intimidating, threatening, or abusive educational environment for a student. Materially and substantially disrupts the educational process or the orderly operation of a classroom or school, or infringes on the rights of the victim at school, and includes cyberbullying. RISD takes all reports of bullying seriously. Any district employee who suspects, witnesses, learns of, or receives a report of bullying must immediately report the matter to the campus administrator, who will then conduct a thorough investigation. Bullying may be reported orally or in writing. Bullying reporting forms can be found on the RISD website, on the RISD intranet under the Student Services and Prevention Programming tab, or in the campus front office. Students may report bullying to any trusted adult who will notify an administrator for the investigation, anonymously using the bullying reporting box, or by using anonymous alerts on the app. But this is for high school students only. Child abuse reporting. If you suspect it, report it. You must report all suspicions of child abuse to DFPS within 48 hours of your suspicions. You can email www.txabusehotline.org or call 1-800-252-5400. Please refer to the district compliance training. This does not replace the compliance training. If you need assistance with reporting your suspicions, please see a counselor or an administrator. They cannot report for you, but will assist if needed. Thank you.